You are? Ma'am, do you know that Jesus is going to come back someday?
Huh?
Do you know that Jesus Christ, who claimed to be God, proved he was God, is going to come back and judge us someday?
When?
The Bible says no one knows the day or the hour, but he's going to come back at an unexpected time.
What do you have to do to be ready for him?
Well, the Bible says by nature and by practice we sin against God. We're guilty. And so what God requires...
I need to cross the street.
Huh?
I need to cross the street. Would you like to walk it?
Can I?
Would you like to walk the street with me?
I can walk just for a little bit with you and
All
tell
right.
you about Jesus.
All right.
Once we get to the other side? Well, the Bible says God created this world. He put us in the world. We messed our lives up.
Right.
And we've sinned against God. We've broken his commandments and his laws. So that makes us guilty in God's eyes.
Right.
And because we're guilty, that means there's a consequence, a penalty, which is sin. Death, in hell. That's why people die. Because they have a sin virus inside them.
You have sin viruses?
Yeah, well, sin produces death.
Do you have sin viruses?
Yeah, I'll die, but I have someone who's rescued me from my guilt. I'm guilty. You're guilty before God because you sin against him.
How do you think? What is sinning?
Sinning is doing something God has told you not to do.
And what are those things?
Well, have you ever read the Ten Commandments?
I read some of it.
You shall have no other gods. You shall not make an idol out of something and worship it. Don't blaspheme God. Use words that are not
no
right.
Drinking, no smoking,
No,
sex?
the Bible. Well, let me keep going. The Bible says there's a day of the week we're supposed to honor God called the Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
The Christian Sabbath is Sunday. We're supposed to worship God, go to church, to honor your mother and father perfectly, not disobey them, not murder. Or the Bible really says if you get angry at somebody, you've committed murder. Not lust. The Bible says you've committed adultery if you've desired, lusted after someone that's not yours. Stolen, lied, and coveted. You've broken laws, haven't you?
Of course.
Yes, okay, so you're guilty. And because you're guilty,
I'm a streamer.
there's a penalty upon you. You will die and you're guilty unless somebody pays your guilt, your penalty. God will send you to hell. Well, that's where Jesus comes in.
Okay.
Because we're not good enough to get into heaven, God says you have to be perfect and do everything I told you to do. You have to trust in someone's perfect or you're going to trust in yourself. And because you're not perfect and you're guilty and there's a consequence upon you, hell, someone has to receive what you deserve so you don't go to hell, and that's where Jesus comes in. That's why he was born. The Bible says Jesus is God. And God added humanity. He became a man. God the Son, Jesus Christ. He became man so that he could die and pay and receive what I should receive from God, his wrath, his punishment. But he also lived the perfect life we can't live.
Well, you're right. So we just got to live a righteous life.
But you can't.
So then we all going to die one day.
No. So here's the solution. You must trust in Jesus.
I do.
Well, you haven't said anything about Jesus yet, have you?
I'm actually believe in God.
All right, believing and knowing there's a God.
But I felt him next to me.
Yeah.
I know when he's next to me. I know.
Okay, so you can know about Jesus and still go to hell. What the Bible requires you to do is to acknowledge to God that Jesus is the one that earns you heaven by living the life you can't live. You see, we're imperfect, we're sinful, we break God's law. We can't get there on our own, so we need someone to live the way we're supposed to be perfect for us.
Right.
And Jesus is perfect, he's God, he's without sin. And so you need someone to rescue you. You need to proclaim to God, tell God that you're trusting.
So who is the someone?
Huh?
Are you the someone?
Am I what?
Are you the someone?
No. Who am I telling you about?
Jesus.
Yes, he's the someone. You must put your trust in him because he's not like us. What's your name?
Santana.
Santana, I'm Tom. Santana, we are guilty, but Jesus isn't. He's righteous. And the way to be righteous in God's eyes is to trust in a perfect, righteous person. And that's Jesus. So you need someone.
I gotta look for Jesus.
Not look for him, trust in him. That's what this will tell you. When you get some time, okay?
Thank you, man.
All right? I want you to go to heaven, but without Jesus, I have to warn people. You'll end up in a worse place than this world. Hell. Don't go to hell. Trust in Jesus.
Thank you.
You could do that today, couldn't you? Tell God you're no good. and tell God you want to trust in the perfect person, Jesus?
Yes.
Because He earns you the goodness you don't have. Imagine owing the bank a lot of money, you don't have it, and then someone provides you with it so you can pay off a debt.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Jesus does. So you need to trust that He can pay off your sin debt.
I do that a lot.
Well, you need to do it genuinely once. You really need to recognize, because if you know that, if when I came up to you, you would say, I'm going to heaven because I'm trusting alone in Jesus, and you haven't said that, Santana.
I mean, I'm listening to you.
Yes,
Right?
I know. So you're getting this information. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're hearing me. So what God requires of us is faith in Jesus, trust in Jesus.
I'm gonna get that.
Okay.
I'm bumping to you for a
Do it
reason.
today.
I've
Yes.
seen you plenty of times.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
drive.
Okay,
I
good.
just started walking.
Yes, that's
I
good.
have
Yeah,
to
it's
get
good to
gas.
walk sometimes
My
too,
car,
right? Yeah, I get you.
stuff happen right now.
But I want you to have a home in heaven.
Yes.
But you must trust in
You're gonna
Jesus.
be my neighbor.
Well, yes, in heaven, hopefully.
You are.
But you got to trust in Jesus. God bless you.